Welcome. Today I'm going to show you how we can achieve this design, and in this case we are going to kind of revisit most of the tools that we have gone through in the past weeks, and that is starting from the pick tool to pen tool, paper tool, and the rest. Welcome and enjoy. These are the colors that we'll be using. So let's open a new document, which is we have the second page here. So what we need is we need a circle. I'll hold down my control key to have a perfect circle. In this case, you can have any size depending on your preference. We place that on the middle by pressing the P button. As you can see, it is in the middle of that particular rectangle. It's not necessary to have it inside this drawing window. Two, we will need to have another guideline here, and to get your guideline, just over the ruler, click on it and drag it to this particular place. So we have a vertical and an horizontal guides. In this way, we will have a kind of perfect line coming from up down, then from this other end to this other two. We need to use the measure tool to divide this circle into two. We'll click on the measure tool. You select it from here. That is it. Then I will click outside, but within that guideline. Click on that place, and again at the other side, which is down here, I click on that place. And again, we will have to magnify to make sure that this center of this particular line is also at the center of this circle here. And we make sure that kind of a small part of this line goes out. Likewise to this other side, because we will be using the smart fill tool, meaning that you need this line and this other side to kind of intersect, so that you have a way to use the smart fill. Two, we need to kind of rotate this particular line to get these sections that we have here. So you can see we have these sections running here. This one, we have this one, we have this one. So in this case, I'll click on this, click it the second time so that I'll be able to rotate it. So if I just pull this one here, I may not have a perfect half of this particular kind of a section. So let me undo that. So I'll rotate it holding down my control button, meaning that will be almost 45 degrees. I'll right click on that to have these both of these sections the same. I'll have also to divide this into two, meaning if this one is 45, this one will be half of that, meaning we will have to divide that by 2. In this case, will say 45 by 2, that is 22.5. So I'll make sure I use these guidelines here to help me do that. So 22.5, I'll go to this particular section here and have 22.5, and I press enter. As you can see, this line here, we'll have to pull that here until we position it at the center. It will have divided this into 2, meaning we are remaining with this part here. How will we get this part here? If this section here is 90 degrees, that means 90 minus 22.5, that will be almost 67.5 if I'm not wrong. So I'll pull another guideline and indicate that 67.5, we're having a short of almost 22. The 22, yes, 22.5 to be exact, that is 90 degrees. Let me press enter. Yes, that is it. So I'll also pull this one here at the center. We will have divided this into 2, which is this one here and then this one here. For purposes of kind of having the rest of the section that we have around here, we will work on these 2, then we duplicate the rest. So I'll also go to the Bezier tool, then I'll have to come to the middle, to the edge. Before we do that, we need another circle to guide us inside here. So I'll click on the bigger circle, then shift so that I can proportionally reduce the bigger circle. Then before releasing my mouse button, I right click to make a copy. Then this one will guide us to kind of have these almost 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. Back to the Bezier tool, you click on this section here, which is the center, back here. Then instead of going this way, I need to come inside here, then back here. There it is. I double click to complete the circle. Why are we doing that? Because we need to have this kind of lines. So I've completed the first one. Let's go for the second one. So let me do that on this other side. Over there and not there. Node over the intersection, and then I complete it by placing another one there. To be sure that we have these 2 shapes, we will click on this and click one of these colors. We will click this and click one of the color. If it allows us to fill a color inside, we are sure that they are complete. So again, we need to have these sections or these shapes around here. What do? We will have to have this. I'll have to shift down to kind of have the two shapes together. Then I also click it the second time to have my rotation position or center of these 2 shapes. I'll reposition that inside here, that is the node, so that as I rotate this, it will go around this particular side here. So let me try and dragging that. So again, you'll be careful to, yes, that is it. You'll be careful so that you position it at the right place. Before releasing my mouse button, I right click to make a copy. There it is. Then to duplicate it, I press Ctrl D so that I make these extra copies. There we have it. There we have it. Again, so we don't need this other one here, so we delete this, and also this inner circle, we don't need that. Sorry, we don't need this inner circle. Let me, yeah, we do away with inner circle. Let me, yeah, we do away with that. Again, we don't need the outer circle. Remaining with this point here, so we do away with that. Do we have any extra point or line? No. So we are remaining with only this. Let me make it fill the screen. The next point to achieve what we have here is that we will fill it with kind of different shades of these colors. So I'll also start here. These are the colors that we'll be using them here. So I'll pick my color eyedropper tool and I'll start by using this one here. Then I'll have to alternate. Let me undo that. So let me start it here. We leave this one. We have this. We leave this other side. We have this. Same way. All round. To press spacebar and spacebar again to get this other color. Let me have this color here. Let me have this one here, this one here, this one here, this one, again and again. We might be having the right colors, so let's have one color, then the shades will be used later. So let me use this one over here, so that as we do that, that is the first. You can see, let me see, we can have that over here, and then yes, I think we move it the right way. Now, to achieve this shiny part, we need to also use what we call the interactive fill tool. We have it here. So a kind of light, if light is coming from this side here, we will need to make this one kind of shiny. Then this other side will have some shades. This one will be shiny, this one will have some shades, the same way to the rest of the part. So I'll have to select that, pull the interactive fill inward. We can do it the other way around. We can do it from inside outwards. That is better. We can do the same here, inward to the outer part. We jump this one in to the outer part. We also have this one here to the outer part. We have this. Then we skip this one. We start from this end to this other end. And because this one kind of light is coming from up, we will use this one here. Then we'll have it that way. We will have also this one that way. And then This one again the same way, the same way. Or we can have it on this other side, but that way. Let's also magnify that and see what we've done. I think that is better, only that we still have the outlines going around these shapes, so we need to do away with the outline. So to save time, we'll have to marquee around all of them. Then we right click on this button here to remove all that. So we need to work on this area here, because I'm seeing kind of they're almost the same. Back to a transparency tool, we'll need to make it the other way around, this way, and then from the other end we have it that way. That is better. This one again will have to start here going inwards. I think that is better. There is a problem here. We need to sort that. Going to, yes, starting from out to the inner section. Then that is okay. This one here, we need to, that is better. The thing that is almost the same as this, although we have some sections that we need to work on, like this one here, or this one here. Let's see if we can add that interactive fill from outside inward. That is better. So let's have that here. That is better. We can also do away with the guidelines. Yes. To summarize, we will need a star-like somewhere over there. We can have that in white and also do away with the outline. To make it shine, we need to convert this to a bitmap. When you convert it to a bitmap, it will allow us to do what we call a Gaussian blur. When we do a Gaussian blur, as you can see, it kind of shines. It doesn't have sharp edges. So I'll have this and put it somewhere here over the edge. I'll also duplicate one, have it there, and I'll have another one this other side here, making it kind of shining. And there it is. So we can do away with this, have it selected. As we can see, after previewing, it's a nice design. Again, as you embark on testing and also trying to come up with a 3-dimension object like what we have on our screen, please explore. Please explore. Last one, we will need to have a shadow over this one. So I'll have to group this. After grouping, I'll access my drop shadow here and then have it on that particular end, so that kind of, if light is coming from up downwards, we will have our shadow down here. And then again, can make it in a way that doesn't shout too much. It doesn't shout too much. You can make it flat by also moving that, and you can also move this to can also make that in that particular manner. I know this has been a long tutorial without a break, but I think you've also picked something from this. Let me magnify it for the last time. There it is. You have it over there. If you need assistance on coming up with these 3D logos or any letter logos that is 3D or flat, don't hesitate to contact me on the contact on the description below. Welcome and enjoy.